Back to that breaking news now on Deutsche Bank. The firm is said to be considering a 20% cut of its US staff. And joining us now for more analysis is Bloomberg's Sonali. Basak. Great to have you with us. So take us through in more detail and what's new from the reports that you've already given us.
Julia, as you mentioned, we had 10% we reported before, and now it looks like it might be closer to 20%. It's just a real indication that cuts might be a little steeper than initially planned. We did report on Friday that Deutsche Bank in the U.S. is moving from Wall Street to Columbus Circle, shrinking its footprint in New York City by 30%, which is an indication in itself that's quite a bit. Then on top of that, we reported this week that they're also closing their Houston office, shrinking their investment banking coverage down to 7 sectors from 8. So we're already starting to see very clear signs of what's coming, what's going.
So it's shrinking its footprint in the United States. What areas is it likely to stay committed to? Where will it devote its resources, even the dwindling resources that we're looking at?
They're looking to keep resources on places that they can also have a segue into Europe for. So, for example, an interesting thing in the investment bank for me, for example, is they're committed to financial services and healthcare, which are 2 places that they've already added resources to. So it's good to know that they are, at least for now, committed to those areas. In the markets division, they haven't said anything much about fixed income. What they've said about was equities, repo, and prime brokerage. So we'll see where they are in their core fixed income business, which they've been so stellar at.
Just to be clear, how many employees have they got in the United States right now, just to give us a sense of how many people we're talking about?
There's about 10,000 people in the U.S., which is about 10% of its global workforce, so it's quite a bit.
Yeah, but a lot of people have left in recent years with Deutsche Bank undergoing so many changes. The talent has been leaving to other banks.
I'm glad that you mentioned that in particular too, because as far as I think as investors are concerned, this change, re-establishing some kind of direction for the broader business is better late than never, but please get on with it. How close are they to making this bigger decision about sort of restructuring and retrenching in the United States?
Like we were saying earlier, this is coming in fits and starts, right? We reported 10%, now potentially 20%. And so, but like you said, the interesting thing is people actually are responding very well to clarity. So even though they're cutting, some people are really seeing this as a very good thing.
Yeah.
Well, because it's finally getting some decisions here. All right. Thank you so much, Sonali Basak, for covering the latest on the Deutsche Bank headlines.